Hi, this is the Radical Farmer here at Organic Farm 7, and in this episode of irrigation we are going to be talking about drip lines. So what you're seeing here is a dripper. Why it is called a dripper? Because it drips water. As you can see, a little bit of water is dripping. So there are different types of the plant you're seeing is thyme. We're using it in the herbs. So what actually determines the kind of irrigation you should use is the radius and how far your roots actually go in terms of around the plants. So like herbs have got shallow roots, certain types of herbs, not all herbs. So there are certain types of herbs you need overhead sprinkler, then others you need just a little bit of drops underneath the plant. So drippers, they are not ideal for fruit trees. So what should determine the kind of irrigation you use? Please get this point right. What determines the kind of irrigation you're going to use is how wide do roots go for that kind of irrigation. Like for example, for a drip line, it is only covering this part here. When water is going, it will start going deep from these other points as the water goes deep, but it won't be able to reach other parts of the plant. So if your plant has got wider roots, you need to use the right kind of irrigation. That's what I was talking about now, the microjets. But it has got just small roots around, then that is okay. So if it has got small roots around and deep roots, then drip lines are actually good. Then the other thing that you should also be looking at irrigation is the lifespan. So like drippers, in most cases they would stay for 2 years, 3 years, if you keep them oil, even for 4 years, but they have got a problem of clogging. So they tend to clog, and when they clog, they stop dripping the accurate amount of water, and eventually they get blocked. So it is up to you, but in our case what we did is when they clogged, we actually had to make small holes. As you can see, there's a small hole here. Instead of throwing them away, we can still reuse them. We make a small hole. What we want is, because the whole instance is just want water to be coming out, so you can use a needle, just tiny holes. What you want is the water to be coming out. Then if you want, you can actually you can modify it the way you want, but what you want is the water to be coming out and the accurate amount of water to be coming out. So you have to work with what you have and improve on what you have and see the way forward. So drippers are good for vegetables like tomatoes. You can use them in onions, things that don't have very wide roots. That kind of irrigation you can actually use to work on your plants. So this is greatly going to improve on help you in doing things the right way, as I mentioned previously about how good is or the benefits of irrigation systems. So then when you're using drip lines, don't over irrigate. Sometimes it's very easy to over irrigate with drip lines compared to microjets. You can layer the over irrigate with microjets because the water is going a wider place. But with drip lines, they're very economical with water. You can use them in tomatoes also. They use them in tomatoes, eggplant, impra. You can use them, as I mentioned, onion and other plants that have got not wide root network. So that the key thing is you have to make sure that water is supplied everywhere. Water is given to a plant adequately, not just for the sake of watering, but watering the right way. And the good thing about drip line is they work with less pressure, but that is going to affect also the output of the amount of water that is actually coming out. So the best you can do is to use it the right way on the right plant. The principle still remains the same. The kind of irrigation you use on any plant depends with how wide the roots actually go. If you use it on plants that have got wider roots, like on fruit trees, I've seen other people use them on fruit trees, you find that actually the fruit is not given adequate water, and immediately they clog. You won't even notice that actually water is not getting to the right place. Then on the other side, what is going to happen is that it's going to affect your yield because the plants are not given enough water. So you use the right kind of irrigation at the right place. So have a great day, and wishing you the best. So be sharing the last part of the overhead sprinklers on how you can use them, and even on the greenhouse how you can actually use them. So have a great day, and wishing you the best.